Hello, how's everybody? Happy Friday. I'm just refreshing my Facebook page here because I want to make sure that I am connected with you guys, and I want to take this opportunity. Here I am. Hi, Louise. I want to take this opportunity to welcome our new people on this page. I'm very happy to have you here, and I hope you will enjoy our topics. So, today we will talk about a topic that is very interesting, that reach each one of us, right? The experience here is all about relationships, relationships with us and with people around us, no matter where they come from. So, I have two questions here that I want to ask you, or I want to show you. Two questions that we never, ever ask ourselves, and you will see how important these questions are, because these questions, if you are able to find the answer, if you take a piece of paper and really you write these answers down, this is very powerful, because this will enhance your self-confidence. You will know thyself more, and you will get in touch with the value that you have as a person. What do you bring on the table of this relationship as a person? The aspects of us that we think that, well, it's a given, and doesn't really have any values. The value, our understanding of values are material, money, like money, car, house. No, we have aspects of us that are priceless. They are priceless. They are, they have such a big value, because these are the values that people live with when we are in a relationships with them. So let's move on here. What are the aspects of me? The values. I define that as values because if you don't put the word value in there, it doesn't emphasize the value. When we talk about value, we talk about what does it mean to me? How much important it is to me? So, what are the values, the aspects of you do you bring to your relationship? And what is your definition of a relationship? How would you define a relationship? What is a relationship for you? Can you write it down on a piece of paper? You would be so surprised that we don't know what to say, because we never have asked these questions to us. We never ask these questions to us. We don't think about it. But when you put these questions on a piece of paper, you'll see, you'll go like, blah, blah, blah. Well, you'll have to think pretty hard about that. And unfortunately, these answers should be coming out of our head like that. So let's move on. I put a little post here, and I put a little quote here, and I think you will appreciate it. Considering the context today, be real with me, or just leave me alone. Alone, I don't like the word alone. Be real with me, or leave me. Because you know what? We're never alone. Alone is, it's a word that if I were you, I would just push it in the shredder. So, anyway, let's move on again. What aspects of me that I value and that I bring to my relationships? Now, I'm sure you're going to say, Louise, can you give us a few examples, because we're not sure how to start that. How about your presence? Your presence. When you are present with a girlfriend, with your best friend, with your family, with your boyfriend, that has a value, huh? That's your time, the quality of your time. You also bring your life experience in the conversation that you have, what you share. It's your life experience. That has value, don't you think? Think about it. My life experience, does it count? Is it meaningful? Does it have a value? Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The best coach, the best life coaches in, in the world, ask them, is your knowledge valuable? And they're going to say, yes, of course. I am an infomercial. I provide information to people that are looking for seekers of this kind of information. And in my training, I had a wonderful marketing training with no other than Shalene Johnson. And she made me realize that what you know, your presence, it has a value. Your insight. People or your friends that will say, oh, you know what? I hadn't seen it this way. Oh my gosh, I just made a breakthrough. That is your insight that you are contributing. Your attention, your ears, right? You listen. Now, don't think about other people, okay? Don't say, well, I have a presence, but, such and such, they don't appreciate it. Nobody appreciates my time. And they say I'm a bad listener. The exercise here is not for other people what they think. As long as you are convinced of that, really, that's all that counts. The answer to that is, hey, as long as I believe it, as long as I'm convinced of it, that's the most important thing. Why? Because it changes your behavior. It changes, it gives you yourself a sense of pride. You're able to put your foot down. You don't have to be mean, right? You will have a stronger eye contact with your people. You will have discernment. It's going to give you discernment, and because you are so precious, trust me, we are precious beyond our understanding. You bring your humor, right? Don't tell me you don't have a good joke now and then. You bring your support, your emotional support, and you bring your affections. Isn't that the truth? What are your values? What are they? Aspects of you. Line them up. What does that mean? What it means to you is that you are worth. You are so worth to have the best, to have someone around you that is transparent. Whoa! To have someone around you that cares for you, that is there for you, that will cry with you, that will support you when you're in trouble. Let's move to the next piece of information. Now, here's the other question. What is your definition of a relationship? That's another question that we have never stopped to. We've never stopped at this question, and you probably have never heard of this question. Maybe nobody ever asked you that question. There are three types of relationships. Now, which one are you in? Think about that. There are three types of relationships. There are the confidants. The confidants, they are people who are there for you. They're there for you. I'm talking a lot about girlfriend friendships, and yeah, guys and girls too. Relationship as well with members of the family and a couple relationship. But it doesn't matter. This all applies. So you have the confidant. These people, they are into you. They will cry with you. They will celebrate with you. You will, you will share with them that you have a good news to share, and watch their reaction. Are they happy? Are they excited about it? Are they curious about it? Do they want to know what it is? And then they said, I'm so grateful. I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. This is great. Let's celebrate together. These people are there for you. Now, maybe in a lifetime, you'll have maybe two. And if you have two, count your blessings, okay? And you'll understand why when I'm going to talk about the two other ones. The next one is a constituents. These are associates. These are associates. These people are not into you. They're not into you. They are for what you are, for what you are for what you do. Example, I'm a life coach. So I have people around me, right? But it's because I'm a life coach and I can provide them important information that they're very interested in, and I don't blame them, right? But the key here, the very important information to remember is do not be misled because you think that the constituents, right, that they're into you. They're like your best friend ever. And we stay in our head, and then we build this impression, right? Because we see things and we are not discerning because we don't discern. Why? We do not discern because we don't have this piece of information. This piece of information will give you discernment. It will give you insights to separate who is what and why. Okay? So the confidant, again, they're into you, they will support you, they're there when you need them, right? You feel it, and it's shared. It is shared. It's as much from one side as to the other. The constituent, well, they're not into you, but they're for what you're for. They are for what you are doing, right? So, massage therapist, let's see, life coach, right? Let me give you opinions, because you guys work at the same place. That's a good one, okay? You work at the same place, so they are for what you do, right? Opinions, you're a cook in a restaurant. You get it? Stay with me. The third one is the acquaintances. They're not for you. They're not for what you do. They are for what you're against. And that was a hard one for me to understand that. I would say, what? For what they're against? What does that mean? Well, it means, let's talk about, let's say, politics, okay? They would have a bond with you because, you have all these opinions about politics. You're on one side. It could be you're like a sport. You really like no, actually, you don't like it. You don't like it. It's what you are against. Remember what you are against. It can be politics. It can be a sport. It can be a cause. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. It can be, what am I against? Well, I have a pretty open mind, so I'm against any form of abuse. I am totally against any form of abuse. So, the acquaintance, they don't hate you, okay? They're just not your best friend, right? They like you, but they're not your best friend. There is, the contact, the bond, what you have in common is only these what you're against. So, what do you want in your life? Would you like to have a confidant? Well, don't misunderstand. And I'm talking to me too, that these groups underneath, they're not our confidants, right? Because if they are our confidants, they will demonstrate the traits that you have up here. And this is why it's important for you as well to know what is your definition of a relationship. What is your description that will say this person really fits that profile? These are your confidant. If you are misled with thinking, believing that these are your confidant, you're going to end up in a toxic relationship. You will end up again in a toxic relationship because you will have confused these groups here with the confidant. And it's very normal to do that. However, when we have the knowledge, when I saw that, I will never ever forget that. I'll never forget that teaching. And I got it from T.D. Jakes, and I gave you the link here, and I will repost it on my Facebook page. He has the whole teaching on that. I didn't invent that. I'm not intelligent enough. No, that's not true. So this is so important. This is really will open your awareness and will give you a breakthrough and will give you an aha moment, and you will start thinking about the people that are, in your circle, in your close circle, and starting to realize where do they fit, and then take action in accordance without hurting anybody's feelings, right? It's possible to do that. That will be the topic of another Friday. Okay, now, you want your confidant, the people around you, to be real and show me who you really are. Be real with me or just leave me. Not alone. We're never alone. Don't forget. Life is long, and there is no way that you can be alone. You can feel alone, but you're not alone. There will always be somebody that will come into your lives. That's just how it is, right? At a certain point, we meet somebody else, we have an acquaintance, we meet an associate. But be clear that these people, do not confuse these people with being a confidant, someone that you can open your heart to, and that person opens her heart to you. Make sense? Let's go back a little bit, right? There are 3 types of relationships. Which one are you in? Which one are you in? And the 2 questions that we need to ask ourselves, not in your head. Do not answer questions in your head. We do that, and it doesn't work well. And if it does work perfectly for someone, message me, okay? Because I want to know how you do it. So, what are the aspects of me? What are the value that you bring on a table? You bring on the table of a relationship. It doesn't matter what kind it is. It can be, I know family is touchy, okay? And I'll come back to family at some point, right? Friends, neighbors, boss, there are solutions for them. I had bosses. I have good tricks. And your partner too. The family, it doesn't mean that it's the whole family. And maybe it is. For some people it is. Let's not kid ourselves, right? There are people, there are women here that the family is major dysfunctional, and it's hard for them to know how to be, how to address, what to say, what not to say, how to avoid the drama, and it's challenging, but there are solutions. I promise. I promise. Okay, so I will leave you and love you, and I hope that you are appreciating this piece. You really have to listen to this piece, and I will post it again and again and again. And once you open it to listen to it, you will know why. You will know why. Okay? So have a wonderful weekend. I love Fridays. I love Fridays. Have a wonderful weekend. I am leaving for a camping trip for 12 days, but I'm taking you with me. So we'll stay in touch. Ciao. Should I do a few bloopers? Okay, I will. I'm doing it. Oh my gosh, I can never close that thing. Oh Lord, it's so hot here. Can you see my fan? Like, love you. Ciao, ciao.